My name is Marielle Lavapie. I work for Ibex Philippines, and I am a team manager for 18 agents which handle premier accounts for the campaign I support.
So, what are the key measurements and the evaluation areas that you look for in order to manage and run your team?
Well, first of all, I motivate my team to be always in the office. So, number one, attendance. It would be difficult for me to get the trust of the client that we have without having any agents to take in calls or emails. Number two, I personally ask them what motivates them. So if it's money, which we all are motivated by money, I always present the scorecard or how we incentivize the agents on the floor. And of course, the career path. If they would like to go up that ladder, I'm there to help. And if they need to be enrolled in a training program or any management skills program, I am there to help. So I think that is the measurement on how to get people going every single day. And that would make me successful as a team manager and would make them successful as a call center agent.
And Marielle, what input did you have in helping to devise those sort of KPIs? Did you just give it? Were you just given them, or did you actually help to develop them?
Actually, good question. When I started out as a team manager, there was nothing in there. So I like spearheaded this team that I have right now. So they basically do not have that scorecard set when we started. So what it did was I got the historical data of the metrics and the volumes and all. And I spoke with the clients how you want to meet this, how you want to have this group to be successful, and then I tailor fitted that to the agent's needs plus the client's needs so that we can meet halfway and everything would be fair for everyone and everything would work for everyone. And then luckily we're making everything successful and we're the number one across all board. We surpassed the score of the APAC support team, EMEA, and the North America team.
Very good.
Right.
So what personal skills do you need to do your job well?
It takes a lot of patience. Believe me, I am just 27 years old and I have agents which are 40, 50. The diversity is there. There are single women, single men, and you would have to have the interpersonal skills. As a team manager, you would have to learn how to personalize approach so that you would know how to target or how to get their trust, because without trust, a team will never work. So the interpersonal skills, I think, would be the most important thing to have being a team manager or team supervisor.
Give me another skill that you need. So what is it? What else do you really need? I mean, obviously you're a people person. Mm-hmm. Well, I saw that in your presentation quite clearly. But you've obviously got to be able to deal with a diverse group of people. But what other is it? Is it analytical? What else?
Well, of course, you have to be analytical because every single day you'll have different obstacles you have to surpass, and it pays to have that thinking outside the box and be able to be open to new ideas for us to expand the business. Another thing also is the skill to develop people, and I'm proud to say that out of those 18 agents that I handled, 5 of them were already promoted, and that's because the motivation is there for them to grow.
So I'm hearing someone then who's very, very good with people, who could deal with people of all ages, diversity, etc., etc. But there must come a time when someone doesn't live up to your expectation, is difficult to manage. Mm-hmm. How do you deal in that scenario? I mean, is it one size fits all, or do you have different approaches for different situations?
We gotta have different approaches. Again, like what I've said, those are different people I'm handling, and those type of people which are very difficult to handle, I always tell them it's okay. if you had this mistake today, that's okay. We still have tomorrow. We still have the next day. We can be better. What do you need from me? I'll give it to you, but here's what I need from you. We got to work together. And I always motivate my people with the results and what's in it for them. You know, it doesn't have to be always, you know, hey, I got to meet my goal. You got to meet your goal because you're here to meet those goals and exceed them, because I want you to be excellent in what you're doing. So I tell them it's always okay to make mistakes. Just make sure that you learn from it.
And there are times, I would imagine, when you have to be tough with people.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with people who you may socialise with outside of work, who then may be in your team? Or is that not possible? And maybe do you have to live a separate life from those people in terms of social and sort of fun times?
Well, like what Francis mentioned earlier, there has to be always fun at work, but you always have to draw that line. So yes, we do have team breakfast, team activities, team building, but I always want to make sure that that is clear to them, that we're going out because we're building a relationship, which is our team, not because for you to cross that line, not for you to not to follow my instructions when we get to the office, or, you know, when we're in the office, we are, you know, colleagues, but when we're outside, I can be your friend, I can listen to you. So you have to draw that line. Make sure that, you know, you have established yourself for them not to cross that.
And in terms of a career path for you, where would you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. I'm looking at being a client services manager, because with the campaign that I support right now, I am very much in contact with a client. So out of the 5 team managers on the floor, it's only me who has the daily call with them, and I'm really loving it. I mean, I didn't expect myself to be able to talk to clients in different regions and be able to address what their needs are. So I'm looking at being a client services manager maybe in the next 5 years.
And what advice would you give to somebody who wants to be you?
Well, I started out as an agent, and to be honest, I was a hopper. I was part of that millennial group wherein, okay, I can get another job. But one day I woke up, hey, I gotta have that path. Where would I be if, you know, this industry falls off? So you gotta have your motivation, your goal, and never stop learning. And if you commit any mistakes, make sure you learn from it, and you seek others' opinions and be open about any criticism.
Brilliant. Good advice.